Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome to the Book Buddies, and today's video is going to be my December wrap-up and my January TBR. January! That's so weird. So, in December I had a pretty massive TBR. I had 10 books on it, and I read 6 of those books. I could have read more if I'd, not watched 6 seasons of Doctor Who. But whatever. It's fine. It was Doctor Who. It's fine. So I'll get on to those books now. First book I have here is the Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. I again think that they need to make a newer translation of this because I don't know what's going on. I had no idea what was going on. If I can't understand the words, I can't understand the story. I'm sure it was fantastic, but I don't really know. So it has no rating, and again, I'm a little bit upset that I can't read this. What I have is a book that I finished 2 days ago, and it is The Iron Trial by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. This book was a 5 out of 5 star book for me. I loved it. People are saying that it's a ripoff of Harry Potter, and I can tell you right now, it is nothing like Harry Potter. The only similarities that I can find are that it's a magic school, and the main characters are 2 guys and a girl, and that's the only thing that I can think of that's even remotely similar to Harry Potter. So, don't trust those reviews on Goodreads that are getting on to them for ripping Harry Potter off just because there's a magic school, because, it's the same genre. There's going to be some similarity in everything, so there's no point in getting upset about it, because if you were going to get upset about it, you could say that every fantasy, every modern fantasy is a ripoff of Lord of the Rings. You could say that, because most of it is inspired by Lord of the Rings. Just saying. So, this is not a ripoff of Harry Potter. It is nothing like Harry Potter, and it is still really, really good. The book is about a boy named Cal who goes to the Iron Trial. If you pass the Iron Trial, you go into the Magisterium, which is the magic school, but he's been told his whole life that the Magisterium will be his death, so he tries to fail the Iron Trial and actually fails at failing the Iron Trial, and from there on it just gets amazing and fantastic, and I need the second one right. Next book I have is Artemis Fowl, The Time Paradox by Owen Colfer. This is the 6th book in a series, so I won't tell you what it's about, but I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. It was pretty epic, not gonna lie. I'm a little upset that I didn't get to read the last 2, but that's okay, because I'll get to them when I can. Next book is actually a book that I don't own or have currently with me right now. It is The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. I'm letting Kayleen borrow it, but that book is about a boy that lives in a graveyard, and that is all I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you right now. It was a 5 out of 5 star. I need more Neil Gaiman in my life. I need all of his books, all of them, and he was just really, really good. It's just so good. And then the last one that I'm going to show you for my wrap-up is The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. I read the last 2 books, which are most of the last 2 books, which are the Two Towers and The Return of the King. The reason I say most of is because if you've been watched some of my other videos, you would know that I read half of the 2nd book several years ago, and my brain just told me that I finished it and read the 3rd one. I don't know, but it was so good, and I'm probably going to reread them again fairly soon, because I'll get to that later, but 5 out of 5, everything. My favorite story, world, everything of all time. I love it so much. Enough of that. I'm gonna end up blabbering on about Lord of the Rings if I'm not careful, so I'm gonna go into my January TBR. It's not a massive TBR, but it is fairly large, I'd say, and 3 of the books are books that I've held up so many times, and they are The Pirate's Wish by Cassandra Clare, or Rose Clark, The Magician by Michael Scott, and Eon by Alison Goodman. I never got to the Pirate's Wish. I got distracted with this one, with the Iron Trial, and I just put it down. And then with this one, I don't know why I put it down. I just did. I really don't know why, because I was enjoying it, and it was getting really good. I just didn't, I don't know. So I'll be reading these 3 this month. I don't know when. And hey, they're all red. I didn't even notice that. They're all red. That's so cool. Okay. So I'll be reading those 3 this month. And now on to the ones that are, you know, more important. The first book I have here is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I think it's Gillian. Is it Gillian or Gillian? I think it's Gillian. I'm going to say Gillian. By Gillian Flynn. I actually have no idea what this book is about. But Kayleen got this for me for Christmas. Thank you, Kayleen. And I've been wanting to pick this up for quite a while, but I just never did. And I actually don't know what it's about. I do know that it's a mystery thriller, and that they made the movie about it earlier this, like last month, I think. But it was getting a lot of attention. A lot of people really liked it. I have read the first chapter, and the writing is very intriguing. I really like it so far. I mean, I've only read 1 chapter, but can I just ask what's up with this thing? Why are they doing that? It doesn't even look good. So if you know why they're doing that, tell me, because I need to know, because this just seems pointless and stupid. Book I have here is A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. What? I actually have no idea what this book is about, but I've been told that it's very Lord of the Rings-esque in the epicness of it, and a lot of people really love these books and the TV show. I got a box set of these for my birthday this year, which was in May, and I was going to read them then, and then I saw something that made me that was like really intimidating, and I wasn't ready. And then a few months later, I decided that I would make them my biggest ambition for 2015 would be to read at least 2 of them. So, you know, there's that. So hopefully I can get to this month and read it. I probably won't finish it, but I can try. And then the next book I have is The Hobbit by George Tolkien. This is going to be me and Kayleen's book club pick of the month, if you link in the doobly-doo. This is a reread for me. This is probably the 4th time I've read this book. I read it once in 7th grade, or once in 6th grade, once in 8th grade, and this year. So this will be my 4th time reading it. And we're doing it for our first book of our book club in January, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Me and Kayleen went to go see the Hobbit, the last one, yesterday, and I was so upset that it was over. I was so upset, and I was in such a mood for Lord of the Rings afterward, or The Hobbit, that I was like, I may just read it. And Kayleen was like, let's just make it our January book club pick. And I was like, okay. And since it's only us 2 as the book club stands right now, we're just going to be picking books that we both have or that we can both get. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy. You do not understand how much I love Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. You don't understand. At the end of the movie, I almost cried because it was over. I almost cried, and I was so sad. And I'm kind of binging on Tolkien because my last pick that I know of for the month is The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is the Age of the Elves, I believe, and I'm binging on Middle-earth now because I will probably reread The Lord of the Rings too, or at least listen to the audiobooks. I don't know if I'm going to get to that or not, but these 2 most definitely. I'm binging, and I'm so happy about it. You don't even know. I'm totally okay with it. His world is just so rich and wonderful, and I can't express the love I have for Middle-earth and the elves and the dwarves and the hobbits and all of the amazing things that happen. I need to stop. Need to stop. Guys, and then since I didn't do one of these last month, I'll be doing one for this month, and it is picking a book out of my TBR jar. We'll see which one I pull out. So I've got 8 books, I think. Is that 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 8. Let's pull one out. I've got 3. Just pick this one. I don't own that book yet. I got The Iron Trial. I've already read that one. I need to go through here and pull out the ones I've already read. And A Feast for Crows. I'm already reading the Game of Thrones, so I'll just be putting this one back in here. Because I can't read that one yet. The whole purpose was to be, if I get the one that goes before it, or one that comes after the one that I haven't read in something, I have to read the one that I haven't read, or I have to start the series or something like that. But since okay, so I actually pulled out 2 books, and it was The Blue Door and The Arithmetist. So I'll be getting those, and I have The Arithmetist, and this is The Blue Door. I'm not completely 100% sure what either of them is about. I've heard that this one is Pokemon with chalk, and this one is supposed to be like a war with angels where this girl's mixed into it somehow. I'm not totally sure. But I will attempt to read both of these, or I will probably pick out of the 2 which one I want to read later. But yes, so I've got these 2 books to read. The Blue Door is by Krista Kind, and The Arithmetist is by Brandon Sanderson. Whoa! So I've got these. Ooh, I don't know how many books that is. So I have these books to read, minus 1 probably with these. I just haven't decided which one I was going to read yet. I'll tell you somewhere, maybe. But yes, how many books is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 9 books. I can probably do this because I'm in a really big reading mood, and these 2 most definitely will happen. So I will see you all next time. I should have another video up next few days, or like next week, I think. And I'll see you all then. Bye-bye. I don't know what I'm doing.